Well, good morning. I see you out there. It's so great to have you here, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Barry. I'm going to be your tour guide this morning for this incredible, scenic, majestic, geez, I don't even know what else to say about it except I guess I'd better if I'm your tour guide, am I right? Folks, I'm here to introduce you to one of nature's most incredible gifts, and that's this mountain here. And you might be saying right away, hey, Barry, first of all, my guess is you're asking, is that your real name, Barry? I want to say, whoops, that's not good. Got a little technical thing we're going to fix right now. At least that's the idea of fixing it. Okay, so I want to say good morning now to Nori and Sarah who have joined us for this tour. Let me reintroduce myself because that was a little bit clunky. I'm Barry. I'm your tour guide for this side of the mountain. And you're asking, is it your real name? And the answer is, of course, yes. And you might also be subconsciously thinking, hey, you're a polar bear, aren't you? To which I have to say, guilty as charged. And polar bears are white. So you might call me Barry. I'll leave that up to you. Folks, you might also be asking, Barry, I get it, you're a bear. But what qualifies you to talk about this particular side of the mountain? Aren't there a lot of other bears who could be doing this? Not like me. Why? Well, because I've lived here my entire life. No one knows this mountain like me. Now, you might actually be saying, Barry, why do I care about this mountain? Good morning, Jennifer. I see that Angie's in the room as well. Nice to have all of you here. Feel free to tell everybody, because this is going to be one of those life-changing tours, I think, because of the depth of knowledge you're going to get about this side of the mountain. But look, here's the thing. One of the things I like to do with all of my tour groups, and that means you, is to share what I call a little bit of my philosophy. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I say I want to share my philosophy with you, what I really mean is I kind of want to workshop some of my stand-up comedy. And I figure, why not you guys, right? We're going to be spending some time together as I talk about this mountain. And I figure, hey, why not workshop your stuff with these fine folks? Hello, Melanie. It's nice to see you here. By the way, you will be experiencing this tour in the privacy and comfort of your own warm home, and you are welcome. So, like I said, I'm workshopping some stand-up, and, I'm going to be doing some open mics and, trying to get on some stages. Share the wealth. But they say it's good to kind of, try it out on some folks. So during the course of our tour, I might be throwing in a few of my observations, some of the more quirky things that I've noticed in going through my life, and I'm going to share them with you in hopefully a very humorous way. Now, I caution you. Don't laugh too hard. And I'm talking to you right now, Don and Sarah, because we are on the side of a snowy mountain. We don't want any avalanches, do we? By the way, what's the deal with deals? Am I right? Because everybody says, what's the deal with something? And I'm putting a twist, and I'm saying, what's the deal with deals? Huh? I knew that'd get you. I knew it would. All right, let's get on to some mountain facts, because that is kind of what Of course, polar bears have thumbs. How do you think we do the thumbs up like that? If I didn't have a thumb, could I do that? Could I? Could I? See, and let me tell you something. That little piece of information, absolutely free. not a normal part of the tour. By the way, if you just got here, I'm Barry. I'm your tour guide. We're going to be talking about this side of this mountain and why you might want to plan a visit out this way. Now, admittedly, right now it's about 2 degrees. You probably not the time of year for it. But when it is the time of year, the choice to be here is so clear. That's what we've got on our brochure. And I think it's a darn good catchphrase, don't you? I want to thank you all for your support, the hearts, the thumbs up, the acknowledgement that I, in fact, exist. Because it's pretty lonely up here, and without you guys, I just sort of have this, you know what, I'm going down a road I don't need to. We're here to laugh and learn about a mountain. Well, you came here really to learn about a mountain. The surprise benefit is that you'll laugh as I share with you the beginnings of, you'll be able to say, I was there at the start. I was there in one of his tour groups. I heard him workshopping the bit about deals. They'll say, no way. You'll say, yes way. They'll say, no way. You'll say, yes way. And it'll go back and forth and back and forth. What a great day that'll be. Am I right? Or am I right? Now, I think someone else has said that before, but it occurred to me that, sometimes people say, am I right? And then they'll say, or am I wrong? And I thought, what if I put the unique twist on it and say, am I right? Or am I right? Now look, remember, I don't get out a lot. There might be some things that have already been said. By the way, if you're looking at my face, and why wouldn't you? And you're thinking, those eyes, they remind me of someone. Let me just help you out. It's Stephen Webb. All right, let's get back to the mountain. Now this mountain, here's a fun trivia fact for you. It is currently covered in what we call snow. Now stay with me because this gets kind of science-y, but I think you'll be able to keep up with it. Snow is frozen precipitation. Frozen precipitation isn't even a word, okay? But here's another fact that I'll bet you didn't know. Snow is comprised of millions and millions, possibly billions, of what we call snowflakes. And each one is exactly like the other. No two are different, just like people. So, snow falls from time to time. It's not a constant. I'm Barry, the tour guide. You'll notice that currently, nothing is falling from the sky. Nothing. Maybe ideas that we don't see. Am I right or am I right? It never gets old, ladies and gentlemen. That's why stand-up is clearly the professional path for me. This whole tour guide thing, it's temporary. It's a temporary gig. Now, were you calling in, Stephen Webb? Is that what was happening over here? Every now and then, my hands freeze too because it is cold, and this is a light shirt. Sorry, I shouldn't be talking about my clothing. You came here to learn about this mountain, which, as we've discussed, is covered with, what do we call it? Anyone? You don't remember? We just talked about it. It's snow, which is what? Frozen, not participation, right? Because we said no to that. It's frozen precipitation. It's kind of like rain, but fluffier, and like I said, every snowflake completely the same. You can count on that. That's science. Now, you'll notice that the mountain is covered with it, and yet you'll see in some areas would appear to be trees poking out from the mountain, and that is exactly what they are, young student. You're very good. Congratulations. So Sarah says, we call it white shite. Huh. Interesting. See the differences between other cultures, the things we learn when we choose to hang out together as one. One identical to the other with no differences on any level. Cracking my neck. That's the stuff. You ever do that? What's the deal with Kraken? All right, admittedly, I haven't done too much work with that, the Kraken bit. It's just sort of a seed of an idea. I'm thinking, well, how the joke pretty much writes itself. It just hasn't written itself yet. Let's get back to the mountain, shall we? That is what you came here for. This mountain is what we call big. There are smaller versions of mountains that some people call hills, or just small mountains for the uninitiated. I'm Barry, your tour guide. It would take a while for you to traverse this mountain, to experience the going from the bottom to the going to the top. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend it. Why? Did I mention 2 degrees? Another fun fact about snow, in addition to it being like rain and only fluffier, is that it can be slippery. Say it with me. It's a fun word to say. Slippery. Come on now. Be a sport. Say it with me. Slippery. That means you could fall down and bust your little booty. Booty's a funny word. That's why I include it in my stand-up. Now, Sarah is asking a very good question right here. How long does it take you, she means me, folks, not you, just so you know, she means me. How long does it take, I think, to try to traverse the mountain? Well, let's take a look. If we were to talk about this mountain, one, of course, that I have traversed many times, because one of the things that qualifies me for giving this tour is the fact that I have lived here my whole life. It would take 35 minutes. 35 minutes exactly. For the longest time, it took me 36. I thought I'd never break the 35-minute barrier. Well, I was wrong, my friends. I did. Well, I didn't. I hit 35, and I cannot, for the freaking life of me, seem to hit the other one. Thank you, Terry, for being a part of the repronunciation. And Sarah, too. Just you two? It's Barry. Oh, wait. What happened? I'm Barry. Where did it say Brent? I'm Barry. It says right there. Barry. 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 I'm there. There. You're making me talk like an idiot. So let's just get back to the mountain. Are we back? All right, so this mountain is made of dirt and rocks. And that's kind of what a mountain is. Now this mountain, did I say that it was cold? And did I say that there was snow? And did I say that there were trees? And did I say that snow was slipper? Yes, I did that. I remember that now. Sarah asking another question here. If I've lived here all my life, where did I get that hot outfit? Well, I clearly have access to the internet. And I have ordered it from Amazon.com like every other being on the planet. Remember, we're all exactly alike. There's no difference between you and me and any of these snowflakes. That's the science as I understand it. But in the name of integrity, if I ever find out otherwise, I'll be the first to dodge the question. I know Brent the turkey. We all know each other. We all hang out. Me, Aunt Annie, Santa, and a whole cast of people you haven't met yet. We all hang out together all the time. We're good friends. We're tight, thick as thieves. I just don't understand why you brought Brent up. Did it say Brent on the screen? Did something happen? Because if I've got to fire somebody, I got to fire somebody. Now, I'm a nice guy. Pretty happy. Look, I got Stephen Webb eyes. But don't cross me. Okay? All right. Let's get back to the mountain. The fun stuff, huh? Because we've only got a couple of minutes left. I know. It's sad, but if you want more of Barry, then you just got to beg and scream for it. That's all. I'm pretty responsive to begging and screaming. Letter writing campaigns work. Huge monetary donations. These are all strategies that will ensure that Barry the Tour Guide is here for you. Here, pourvu, for our French-speaking audience. Don't ski down this mountain. Why? It simply isn't safe, and you don't know what you're doing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being here, and I hope that your life has been edified by the information that we have shared with you today, and that we've been able to entertain you a little bit with some top-notch, pro-level stand-up comedy in its early stages, in its infancy. I think you'll agree that I'm definitely onto something, and that luckily, I've heard my calling, I am answering it, I am responding to it, and that my days as being Barry the Tour Guide are numbered. So, get it while you can. That's all I'm saying. Folks, you have been and always will be awesome. Don't let anybody tell you different, because I know they're trying to. Just because everybody's telling you you're not doesn't mean it's true. Seriously, just because every single person is telling you doesn't mean it's true. You're as awesome as you want to be, and you can take it from me because I'm a tour guide.